Welcome to the Hilton Garden in Seattle, North Everett. This is a nice property. We've stayed here before, but I think it's our first time doing a tour video and review of it. And it's nice because if you are on a road trip, it's relatively inexpensive off the I-5 if you're headed in this direction, and don't need to be near anything in particular if you've got a car, so that's nice. Hilton Garden Inn is generally a small step up from a Hampton Inn. You don't include the breakfast, but the property is normally a little bit better. So let's take a look. At the back of the door here, we have our emergency exit plan and whatnot, and the Hotel Act of Washington State, because it's probably by law needing to be there. And we've got an eye hole here with one of the little covers, which is nice. I like that because it doesn't let in too much light, but you're able to, of course, see out to see who comes a knocking. Got a couple security features on the door here. We've got one of these latches and, of course, the deadbolt and the standard locking. Good idea to engage that because sometimes people forget their room numbers. Not that their key would work, but still, it's a comfort. Light switch there. Now on this side we seem to have our closet. Slightly different layout than some of the other properties we're used to, but still pretty good. And so inside here we have the ironing board, coat hooks, and a rack for the luggage. Little shelf up there. And this way we've got a full-length mirror, pretty common. Let's take a look at the bathroom. And so you'll notice the fixtures here, the wallpaper and all of that, a little bit nicer than what we seem to get at the Hampton Inn. You know, sort of a nicer door even, because it's an actual door, not one of them pocket doors. I like the natural, normal door. Got a couple of hooks here for clothes or towels, whatever you need. And let's go take a look. We've got a bathtub shower here. Let's take a look at that shower head. That looks really clean. I can't imagine that being any cleaner. So that is fantastically clean shower head. Got a little shelf here for your shampoo and soap and conditioner and things like that. Little dish down there as well for the same thing. Now this is an interesting layout. We've got in our shower here a towel rack that has the towels on it. So that's kind of interesting. That's a little unusual, but I mean, it's kind of handy because let me tell you, when you're in the shower and you want to grab a towel and you forgot to put one within arm's reach of the tub, you have to get out and it's colder and stuff. I really like that. I think that's a nice feature. One less thing for me to remember to set up in advance. Of course, we got the towel here, which you put down on the ground to pick up any water you might drop and protect the floor. Pretty standard toilet here, normal flush, so it doesn't have the 2-button thing, which I happen to like for environmental reasons, but it's simple, it's easy, it works. And we've got some more towels over here. One thing we're seeing as the pandemic is sort of coming to an endemic state is more and more towels in rooms and hotels, so I take this as a positive sign for the future. We've got our Kleenex or facial tissue here in the box, and we've got some Neutrogena French milled soap, pretty standard Hilton fare there. Fairly nice sink, nice and clean. Couldn't be cleaner in my imagination. And over here we have some more soap, as well body lotion, conditioner, and shampoo, all Neutrogena, which is pretty standard for a Hilton property, Hampton Inn, Hilton Garden Inn, those sorts of things. So there you have it. You got some trash down there. You got your electrical outlet as well as your blow dryer. And this kind of shower curtain sometimes will have like 2 things hanging from it, so like one could go on the inside, one can go on the outside. This just seems to have the one, which is good enough. It gets the job done. And continuing on with our tour here, opposite the full-length mirror, we have, oh, that's funny, that's actually a shelf. I thought that was going to pull out. This one pulls out, so okay, that's sort of an unusual design, but that's just some storage space, nothing contained within. And of course we've got a fridge here. Simple half-size bar fridge. No name brand on it. That's a little different. And we've got a Keurig coffee machine here with some K-cups, I believe they're called. I'm not a big coffee guy. Looks like they have some jasmine green tea on top of the other sort of house blend and the decaf. So that's a nice selection there. And you got your other accoutrements for it and a couple of cups. You've got your ice bucket with can liners, and you've got a microwave, an Avanti microwave. And it's kind of an older style where you have these manual things rather than a digital readout. But one thing that is nice about this kind of a microwave is there is no digital readout, and a digital readout is another source of light in the room when you're trying to sleep. So I actually kind of like that, even if it is a slightly older style. And we've got a couple of outlets here. This is a Hilton property, so there's going to be plenty of power, as you'll see, I'm sure, in the rest of this video. So we don't pack our Trond Power Cube when we're staying exclusively at Hilton properties. But if we're ever staying at something that's not a Hilton, we do recommend to pack one of those along, so you have plenty of power. This looks like it has an adjoining room. And so for people who are concerned about adjoining rooms, there's nothing to be concerned about. For one thing, you have 2 independent locks on your door, and on their side they have another door with 2 independent locks. So if you did book 2 rooms that were adjoining because you had, 2 groups with you, both sides have to unlock both locks and open the doors for this to be a passage. So if you're at all concerned about adjoining rooms, really don't be, because that is functionally a wall. In fact, here I can even, boom, there you go, a little bit more secure there. So don't worry about adjoining rooms. Not a concern. And moving right along, we have the TV here, which is an LG. Most Hilton seem to have that kind of brand, and it's a fairly decent size for what it's on. And so that's pretty good. And then we've got 3 drawers there for clothes if you're staying long enough to unpack. We often don't bother because we rarely stay at a hotel for long enough. Oh, there's a message here. Thermostat instructions. Temperature adjustment. Push up or down arrows. I see no arrows. Winter operation. Summer operation. That's interesting because there's no thermostat there. So, oh, here we go. Clearly, it's on this. It's currently set to heat, which is kind of funny because it's pretty warm out. But that is the controls there. Let's turn that on, just so we can get a sense of the sound. Okay, a little bit more noise is kicking in. Not fantastic, but it's not very loud either. And we generally recommend packing earplugs regardless. It's a good thing to do because you never know who your neighbors are or what'll be out the window, which we'll show you in a little bit. Let's turn that off now, just so we don't have too much noise on the rest of the video. And let's go investigate the rest of the room. We've got some art on the wall here. It's kind of nice, I like it, depicting sort of different areas. And this is the desk. On one side of the bed, this is a king room with 1 single king bed, and as I mentioned here, there's a power plug right next to the bed, which is good, and you get a drawer and a shelf down there. It's pretty basic, really. Here's the king size bed, plenty of pillows. You get 4 pillows of different sizes, 2 different sizes. And on this side of the bed here, we've got a sort of a base station. This is a Kobe time, and it's got 2 full plugs, 2 USB plugs, and of course a clock. And it's got the dimmer on there, which is fantastic. I was talking earlier about light in the room when you're trying to sleep. Being able to dim that display or brighten it as needed is fantastic. Another plug over here, and then you got a basic phone and the lamp there, as well as a drawer and a shelf. And so we've got another light over here with a chair and a side table, some sort of photographic art here. It's kind of nice. This is William Boeing and Eddie Hubbard with the Model C. Now this hotel is located near Boeing and the Museum of Flight, so this is thematic to the area that the hotel is located. Makes perfect sense to me. We've also got a desk over here with a chair. This is an interesting kind of older style light that we've got here. Let's see if I can figure out. No. There we go. That's cosmetic, does nothing. But there we've got that light. And on the front, 2 more power plugs and 2 more outlets over there, plus a sort of information packet here, which is cool. And we've got a couple more of these. Are they drawers? Okay, that's for writing on. And that is a drawer. Okay, there you go. And another wastebasket there. And lastly, let's take a look at the view, which it's Everett. It's not amazing. This is kind of off the beaten path, which is part of why you're able to get pretty good rates. I see some parking down there. So thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for some footage of the pool. And if you found this video useful at all, please give it a like, a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Helps our video get seen by more people and lets us know what kind of videos you want to see. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got all sorts of travel tip videos. Make your hotel stay more comfortable, your mornings easier, travel cheaper so you can travel more often, and of course tons of tip videos on cruising. So check all that out, and we'll see you in the next video after a quick visit to the pool.
in orbit.